The Premier League gives £5,000 worth of tickets a month to MPs at the independent regulator looms. We're going to read into this exclusive from iNews, you guys. Let's go. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world. This is Reganelite here with an exclusive from iNews with the headline of Premier League gives £5,000 tickets a month to MPs as independent regulator looms. Exclusive also reveals that Sir Keir Starmer, Michael Gove, Suella Braverman are among those to have received free tickets for football, cricket and the Brit Awards. Guys, while you're here, make sure you hit the like button and share this across social media so others are notified of this video. Well, we know that that some MPs have been gifted them. We've heard some stories around here and there, and I think in other I'm sure I've heard other stories as well in this past, but this just kind of once again confirms of basically buying influence. This is essentially what it is. It's buying influence, and this is keeping certain politicians sweetened so that they don't vote anything that might be within the interest of football fans and ordinary people for the benefit of fat cats and the wealthy rich. Now, whatever you might think of the Premier League, it is one of our biggest exporters on the planet. It really does generate a lot of revenue for the economy, and it really does has its benefits, but it also has its negatives as well. I don't like that politicians can take these gifts and expect it to be perfect, and you just expect it to perfectly be all right. You don't expect them to give anything back in return, and it's just like, there's something there. There's something there. There's something missed here when they are gifted these things. It's wrong in every way, shape, or form. Because it just gives them influence. Just like when private companies or banks or whatever gifting money to certain politicians, it's no different. And I just don't understand why we're not banning this. If you are a politician, you should be banned from any kind of donations. You should be exempt from these. Like, I'm the only one. I'm the only one who thinks this is crazy. Maybe I'm going crazy. Maybe some people think it's perfectly normal. It's perfectly all right for them. But to me, this is just wrong in every way, shape, or form. Like. And as it says there, it's not just Conservatives, it's Labour as well there. Yeah, it's really, really annoying, this is, guys. So the Premier League has gifted MPs tickets and hospitality, including to the Brit Awards, cricket matches and cup finals worth tens of thousands of pounds in the past year, with the threat of independent regulator looming. Ahead of the vote on the bill that will mark one of the biggest changes in English football history, the Premier League ramped up donation spending more than £5,000 per month in 2024. The value of gifts this year has already surpassed the entirety of 2023, 15,200 spent between January and March compared to 11,180, 15 last year, according to analysis of data by the Eye. But there is no suggestion that any MPs named have had their position towards the bill influenced by the idea of gifting. Oh my God, I'm losing my words today. There is no suggestion that any of the MPs named have had their position towards the bill influenced by the gifting of tickets. There is no suggestion. Oh, okay, here you go, guys. Here's tickets to an FA Cup final. Oh, wow, thanks so much. And that's it? You're not going to tell me there's not a but in there. There's always a but there. However, the figure raises questions over the extent in which the league is trying to charm key figures in Westminster in a bid to avoid its powers being significantly weakened by the game's first watchdog. The donation includes giving Sir Keir Starmer, the Labour leader, 5 tickets and hospitality to Arsenal's Champions League game against Porto at the Emirates Stadium, valued at £3,000, according to official figures seen by the Eye. Starmer said he would protect the interests of the Premier League, telling Sky News, "I think they've got their concerns and we're listening to what they have to say. The bill supports the lower league clubs and to give them financial stability that we need. We must also protect the Premier League. We've got the best football in the world in this country, and I want to make sure that it's fully protected." In March, 3 Labour MPs were given tickets to the Brit Awards that include hospitality totalling more than £7,000. Pat McFadden, the Labour MP for Wolverhampton South East, received 2 tickets plus hospitality for the ceremony, held at the O2 Arena in London, valued at £3,000. Dr Rupert Haig, Labour MP for Ealing Central in Action, received 1 ticket hospitality worth £1,250 for the event, which features performances from Duna Lupa and Kylie Minogue. Liz Kendall, the Shadow Secretary of State of Work and Pensions, was gifted 2 tickets plus hospitality valued at £1,500. And Peter Kay, Shadow Secretary of State for Science, Initiative and Technology, was given tickets of hospitality worth £1,500. Tickets and hospitality expenses worth more than £4,000 were also paid for by the Premier League for MPs attending the EFL Cup final between Chelsea and Liverpool at Wembley in February. Damian Collins, the Conservative MP for Folkestone and Hay, received 2 tickets plus hospitality. The donation was worth £2,200 for the package of 4 Dr Theresa Coffey, Conservative MP for Suffolk Coastal, valued at £1,100. Coffey told the I was a late substitute for another MP who dropped out, and I'm a big Liverpool fan. It was the MP's office rather than the Premier League who invited me, really. However, I attended Wembley again with the Premier League for an England game, again snubbing for another person. This time I was invited on the day. Like most fans would do, I snapped at the chance to see my team. I was delighted to see Liverpool win. I know the Premier League well from my time on the committee, and I was a trustee on the Liverpool Community Foundation work. Justine Tomlinson, Conservative MP for North Swindon, was also given a package valued at £1,100. Additionally, this year, Brendan Clark-Smith, Conservative MP for Battersea Solve, went to the England game against Belgium thanks to the Premier League in a donation valued at £550. Last year, MPs were handed tickets and hospitality package to cricket matches at several Premier League games. Suella Braverman, who was at the time was Home Secretary, received 2 tickets plus hospitality last summer to watch the Ashes at the Oval, valued at £1,798. Claire Coutinho, the Secretary of State for Energy Security and Net Zero, was also gifted a ticket and packages for the Ashes worth £899. Yeah, this is totally all normal. This is totally fine, guys. Nothing to see here, you know. Hundreds of pounds were given to MPs to cover drinks, food and tickets for football matches at Anfield, Liverpool Stadium, Crystal Palace, Selhurst Park, the Emirates Stadium, Manchester City, Etihad Stadiums, and for others that were not specified. The most expensive was gifted to Michael Gove, the Secretary of State for Levelling Up, Housing and Community, in September for 2 tickets for hospitality at Stamford Bridge for Chelsea versus Aston Villa. It was valued at £1,342.10. Yeah, because Chelsea are obviously super expensive, like Arsenal. Collins and Clark-Smith pointed out that they spoke in favour of the Football Governance Bill when it was debated in the House of Commons earlier this month. Starmer, Dr. Hugh, Kennell, McFadden, Kyle, Coutinho, Braverman and Gove declined to comment. Thomason did not respond to a request for comment. Premier League sources insisted that many football stakeholders, including the Football Association and the English Football League, met with MPs to discuss a range of issues, including gambling and policing. There have also been a significant number of ministerial changes requiring Premier League officials to meet with new incumbents. Meetings regarding the football regulator have centred around stating the Premier League's position and how the regulator will relate to and impact football, sources said. A Premier League spokesperson told the Premier League runs a programme of stakeholder engagements where a broad range of individuals, including MPs and officials, like all industries, including many football organisations, this is normal practice and used as an opportunity to discuss a wide range of topics and issues that affect both our areas of work. The independent regulator is set to have power over financial regulations, club ownership, fan engagement and protect club hierarchy. The body extract remits is still yet to be finalised. The football governance body passed to the next stage of this month with greater MPs calling for it to be given greater powers. A formal vote has not been held. During the debate, Dr. Hugh delivered a lengthy speech calling for the independent regulator to be granted powers to stop smaller clubs going out of existence and for equality and diversity to be a key part of the organisation. She reveals that the Premier League was in here last night whining and dining people. None of the MPs named in this story spoke against the bill in the Commons on Tuesday. That's an interesting caveat to highlight. Premier League Chief Executive Richard Masters, appearing at a hearing about football governance in January, said it was pointless to lobby MPs on the football governance bill. Well, you say that, and you're saying that why is this perfectly normal Like, how can you not say, I'm sorry, but all these things that these MPs are being given by football events and whatnot, how can you possibly tell me that there's no influence whatsoever in any of these? Like, I'm sorry, I'm just finding this very hard to believe that, oh, here's £1,000 yeah to go see a game at Stamford Bridge, Michael Gove, but we're not going to ask for anything in return. Like, really? Are you really going to? I remind you, surely you can't tell me that you don't want something in return here. It just screams influence. Screams influence. It's just, like, even if it wasn't anything to do with the football governance bill, which they're stating it's not, by the way. I mean, I don't know whether it is or isn't, but even then, because obviously we know that in the past that politicians have been given tickets and whatnot, but surely there has to be some influence done there. Surely there's some influence. Surely. But since the MP Caroline Dinner, chair of the Culture, Media and Sports Select Committee, wrote to Masters, accusing him of doing so after the Premier League took out an advert in Politico's London Playbook, a newsletter that is sent to influential political insiders and lawmakers. Masters also wrote in an op-ed in the Times warning against a regulator. Masters called for MPs and peers to protect the game and insisted that it is a risk to bring politicians and lobbying into football. Dines, the Conservative MP for Gospels, added on social media that despite assurances from Richard Masters, the Premier League seems to have embarked on a lobbying campaign against the football governance bill and claimed that meetings had taken place around Parliament. The Premier League was criticised by popular pundit Gary Neville for the political advert, which stated, "The Premier League is the world's most watched competition. The Championship is Europe's sixth wealthiest league, and we have the best attended and deepest pyramid in world football. Yet the UK will soon become the first major country to regulate football. We must guard against unintended consequences that would put English football's success at risk." Neville shared a picture of an advert on his Instagram account and posted, "The Premier League stooping to new lows, putting paid outs, attacking the new regulator for football. How embarrassing yourselves, you look small." Yeah, they don't like this bill. The Premier League, they really don't like this bill. Yeah, I mean, like regulation is good. Regulation is helpful. Regulation protects the sport. Is there a risk that it could damage the Premier League in the long term? Possibly, but like, you know, these things are important. These regulations are really vital to protect the integrity of the game. That's the whole. Isn't that the whole reason why they're having it in the first place? But I just for me, like, these donations that consistently politicians keep getting from governance bodies, from sports and whatnot, like, I just, like, screams influence there, and I don't like it at all. And I really think we need to ban this kind of stuff, especially if you're an MP. Like, they're just having too much influence over other people, and it's really not good for the game in any way, shape, or form, guys. But you know, this independent regulator, it's for the better. Is it going to be that powerful? Probably not. It's going to be watered down. It wouldn't surprise me if it gets watered down, but it doesn't mean to say that it's not bad for the game. I think it's good if it protects football clubs in the long term, especially ones that are struggling. Why not? But we'll have to wait and see when it comes to fruition how it does, guys. But what do you guys think? What do you guys make of the independent regulator coming soon? What do you guys make of the Premier League gifting so much money and tickets, not just them but other sports events, to politicians? How does that make you feel? Does it make you a bit jealous, considering you might be a football fan yourself? What do you make about this article and more? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. If you found this video informative, please hit the like button. We greatly appreciate it. Share it across social media so others are notified of this video. And subscribe, because it really does help support the channel. And if you want to go one step further and finally support me and the work that I do here, you can do so by becoming a YouTube member for as little as 99p. Or join me on Rumble or Patreon for exclusive content there as well. So thank you all so much for watching. I hope to catch you all very, very soon.